Come here, hon. Be nice. Hey, Amanda.
Yeah.
Like, back up just a little. I don't want her to bite you.
She bites?
Yeah, she does bite. I mean, not in a long time.
She popped up so quick.
No, she protects the van. Like, just stick your hand out slow.
Huh?
Yeah. Let her smell you.
Hi, babies.
Hi, baby.
She likes to protect the
She
van.
is really
She is
cute.
cute.
She's a great dog. She's just very protective.
That's a good thing, though.
Was a rescue dog, you know?
Aww.
You don't know what she's been through.
No, she's been a
Yeah.
great dog. I've had her 5 years. My neighbor had her 1, and then she had to go to an
she's
old
cute.
folks home. Hey, Daisy. Trying to get an interview, hon.
Get
here,
out
hon.
of the way, baby.
Daisy.
Sit down, babies.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Listen,
So,
well.
what? You guys can just both stay there, and I'll get both your interviews at the same time.
Alright.
Amanda,
Yeah.
you mentioned that the guy that I saw you with last time had passed away, and you didn't get the autopsy back yet.
Right.
Any idea what?
I mean,
Guessing?
he hadn't been feeling good for like a couple months.
Yeah.
But I mean, I never thought. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, he didn't look like he was on his deathbed. You know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, usually you can tell if somebody's like dying.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe possibly stroke or something like that.
Whoa. Now
Or
he
there
was
was something wrong with him that like we didn't know about.
yeah, he was a user, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And you're sure it wasn't an OD?
I am absolutely positive he didn't overdose because he hadn't done anything.
Okay. Well,
So-
yeah, that is so weird. What, did he just die in bed or something?
No, like I said, he hadn't felt good for a couple months now. And then, sorry, I have something in my eye.
That's okay.
Okay. And then, so like the last couple of days he was alive, he like stopped wanting to go anywhere with me. And, I thought that would help him feel better,
Mhm.
but it was almost like he got worse after that. And then the day he passed away, he had like pooped. I know this is gross, but he had pooped on our floor and on our bed,
Mm-hmm.
which I never knew this before, but Coco actually filled me in that that's like
A sign of
a
death.
sign of death.
Oh my
that,
God, I
like
didn't know
you
that.
lose your bowels, you know,
Oh, yeah.
like you lose control, I guess, or whatever. So obviously that's what was happening, and I
Right.
didn't know it.
Yeah.
So like when he pooped on the floor, I got really pissed off, and I left because I didn't understand what was wrong with him, like why he was doing that.
Mhm.
And he was like he was also like his mind was, he was acting really funny, like as far as like it seemed like his mind was going the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And then like when I got back after I had left, when I was all mad, he was laying in the same spot where he had pooped at, and he wasn't moving. He was just like moaning, like a consistent moan, like and like he wouldn't respond to me at all. And like I kept asking, like, Johnny, what's wrong? Are you okay? And he wouldn't say anything to me. So I called an EMS, and then they took him in the EMS, and he died like 2 hours after
Oh
that.
God, was that up here?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, and then I actually got arrested on top of it
For what?
because they assumed it was an overdose.
Yeah.
So they arrested me, and that was fucked up. So, yeah.
Were you in jail for a while?
No, just
Okay.
for the night.
So what do? Do you still have the car then that he had?
Yeah, I still have our truck.
Okay, and then you're just living up here out of your car probably?
No, I have a house.
Okay, all right. And how's work been for you?
Not bad.
Okay. Drug use about the same?
Yeah,
Okay. And what do you think of this weather?
it's horrible.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
This must absolutely kill business.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Does
like
it?
when we got all this snow the other day, like
Mhm.
we had a rough day.
Horrible.
Okay.
Very rough day.
All right.
Just trying to catch a date, and
Yeah.
plus even trying to stand out here in this shit.
Hey,
Trying to...
mind me to give you some hand warmers.
Oh yes,
For sure.
that
Yep,
would be
sure will.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got some food left.
Cool.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
And some Swedish fish.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Coco, I've never met you before.
No, you haven't.
Can
no,
I-
you have.
Good to meet you.
You too, babe.
How do you guys know each other?
Just from being out here.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Coco, can I ask how old you are?
I'm 26.
And where are you from?
Monroe.
Oh, I took my first flying lesson down there.
Cool.
I went to Monroe Community College.
Me too.
Bonnie Lee Rafco, the Miss America. Remember
That's
her?
awesome.
Yeah. So I didn't know her, unfortunately, but I had a good time in Monroe.
Yeah.
So, type employment have you had in the past?
I've had a lot of different types of jobs, but mostly I was working in home care. I have a nursing assistant certificate, so
Okay.
I was working in hospice care.
All right. Any kids?
I have one.
Okay. And where's that child now?
He's in New Hampshire with family.
Okay. Do you have any family left in Monroe?
Not really Monroe, no. My family's in downriver mostly.
Oh, okay. You keep in touch with them?
My mom, yeah.
Now she knows what the deal is?
Yeah.
And what are her thoughts on this? I'm sure
She's horrified.
she is, isn't she?
Yeah.
Can you say to the people that ask questions sometimes, I mean, once you get of adult age, there's not really much mom's going to do about you being out here, is there?
No, not much, no, other than make you feel horrible and guilty, without even trying.
Okay. Now, one thing I want to, before I forget about, there's people that send money and gifts and food and whatever. Amanda, what do you need for going into the winter? What could you use?
Better gloves and boots.
Okay, what size boots?
8s.
Okay, and what size clothes? Coat.
Like medium.
Okay, and Coco, how about you?
Boots for sure. My
What
boots
size?
are
Coco
talking to me.
needs boots.
What size?
Definitely.
9.5, 10.
Okay.
My boots are talking to me, and I need just like winter wear. Like I need a coat, I need gloves, a hat, scarf, those
Okay.
types of things.
If I was going to get more food that you liked, that you'd really eat, Amanda, what would you want?
I don't know. Anything sweet.
Anything sweet. How about you, Coco?
Anything sweet, but also I love fruit.
You do? Well, I got fruit for you today, mandarin oranges.
I hate oranges.
Oh,
Oranges and
well, I thought
apples.
you said you love fruit.
I don't like oranges.
See how
or
they
apples.
set me up, Amanda?
Yeah,
Okay.
she did, didn't she?
I'll make sure to get you some of those. Look, I'd normally ask a lot more questions, but I know it's cold out,
It's okay.
so I'm gonna. I don't
Ask
wanna,
her about her favorite childhood memory, though.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
That's
Thank
the
you,
best
Amanda. Thank you. Thank you, Coco. What is it?
I had a really, really good childhood, so it's hard for me to pick just one memory, but I guess that I would rather answer that because it's hard for me to remember a lot of my childhood.
Mhm.
I know it was, good,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd rather answer my favorite memory with my child.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep.
I was in rehab at one of the rehabs that I was in,
Mm-hmm.
and I had been clean for about 6 months at this point, and I was in a rehab where you could every weekend after a certain amount of time you could your child could come and see you every Saturday, and whoever the guardian was could leave your child there with you for like 6 hours. And my son and I were in the backyard raking leaves, and we raked them up into a big pile, and there was a stairway outside, and we jumped into them, and we were laying there looking at the sky, and he said, I said, Eli, I'll never leave you again after this. And he said, I don't believe you, but I love you anyways.
Oh.
So it's like, I'll never forget that memory, because
Oh.
it's so, kids are so innocent,
Yeah,
real.
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
That
Yeah.
was just really his real thoughts.
Well, it's not over yet, and you're a well-spoken, pretty woman, and you got a shot out of this.
I have to get out of this.
You know what I mean? What was the breaking point or the transition between not being on drugs and getting on the drugs you're on now? What happened? What are you blaming on?
I guess the biggest piece of advice that I can give them is realize the good things that you have, even through the bad days. Like, make sure that you never forget that it could always be worse, because I used to believe that I was miserable in my everyday life, but this is miserable. This is miserable. That was true, real happiness, having my job and my family and my car and my apartment and having my life together. In hindsight, I've never been more happy than when I wasn't doing drugs before this. This is miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Were you familiar with some of the women that worked 4th Street?
Just her, really.
Oh, so you didn't know Kelly that died?
No.
She was from Monroe.
No, I
If
didn't.
you look through my videos, sweet girl.
Okay.
She died about a year and a half ago.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
look her up.
Yeah. So, in a nutshell, just briefly, what sucks about this lifestyle you're in?
what sucks the most?
Yeah, I mean, I know already, but some of the people watching don't. How could you just sum up why this is so bad?
This is horrible, in my opinion, because it broke my. If I can deal with physical things, but it gave way to my innocent belief in people and life. I have always wanted to believe that people are good, and out here I've realized that the majority of people are not good.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you just absolutely cringe at the thought of getting into a car with a guy?
Sometimes, but sometimes actually, I can't even wait because like I'm closer and more, like friendly and trusting of my dates mostly than I am of anyone else out here.
Is this date, are these dates for, and this is a question for both you, just can't wait to get it over most of the time?
The majority of the time, unless it's a regular that I really get along with and I enjoy being around.
Yeah.
Because I meet really good people out here, people that I actually would hang out with outside of here. But if it's just a normal, regular, 5-minute date, back to back, yeah, I just close my eyes, pretend I'm somebody else, and wait for it to be over, and just tell myself the whole time, at the end of this, it's going to be worth it.
Gotcha. I've asked Amanda before, but I've never asked you. How would you summarize a typical client of yours, a regular?
Like specifically mine?
Yeah, like in general. How would you describe the profile of a typical John?
Middle-aged, white guy, your average Joe, working class dude, blue collar guy, just wants a blowjob or a quickie and before he goes home, or goes to work in the morning or whatever.
Married or single most of the time?
50-50.
50-50. And of the married guys, you just think it's not happening at home?
I've asked a lot of them because I'm curious, and a lot of them say either that, they just can't afford the divorce.
Daisy, it's all right, hon.
Okay, Daisy, calm down, baby.
Daisy, it's all right, hon. Daisy. Daisy girl. Okay.
They either can't afford the divorce or they absolutely love their wife, but she medically can't do it.
Gotcha.
A lot of guys that I've heard have.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've had a lot of guys tell me that too.
Wow. Okay. Well, you got any questions for me?
Yeah. Why? What made you start doing this?
Well, what happened, I've always really been into photography, and then YouTube came around. I joined that like 2007, and by that time I've always been down at Detroit, wherever I was, and take photos. Well,
Yeah.
what I used to do is on Sundays I used to get the Free Press and the News, and I'd get a coffee, and I'd go down by the Detroit River, and I'd wait for freighters to come by while I drank my coffee and read the paper, and I would see working girls, and I knew that's what they were doing. Well, sometimes it'd be busy, I'd be standing in line, and I think what got the first interview going is I'd see these girls go in and buy like stuff for the stray cats and the birds in the winter, and then get in the car with the John. To me it was just like, wow, these people are this caring towards nature, and they got this shit life, but yet they're still doing the right thing. And one day I said, I noticed the other day you throwing some bread out to some birds. They bought it. It wasn't like something left over from a sandwich. And one thing led to another, and I got lucky with a couple early interviews. Both those girls are dead now.
Oh my God.
And other people had the same interest I do. So just a hobby.
That's
I never
awesome.
came down here trying to thinking I'm some great guy saving the world.
Okay, I'll be right
It's just
You might
your
be
life.
saving more people than you think.
Your life is interesting to me,
Thank you.
and how you get here. And here's a girl from Monroe. Here, Daisy.
Amanda.
I keep
Be
scaring
nice, huh?
her, sorry.
That's all right. Well, thank you guys. Let me get this stuff out for you. And this has been one of the better interviews I've had
Cool.
ever. It's super interesting.
Why do
Coco.
you say that?
I think because Amanda looks like she just got cut from the cheerleading team.
I did used to do cheerleading too.
Yeah,
That's funny.
and you're just so well spoken and intelligent.
you.
Not that you're not, Amanda, and you're so interested in giving the honest score on what's going on.
Yeah, my
And it
my
just
degree
cha-
is journalism and broadcasting.
Well, that makes sense. See, so that's why.
Yeah.
This isn't just like, I know this already, but you guys are exceptional.
Thank you.
Most people don't.
Thank
They
you.
they expect some slobbering
Yeah, I know.
GED dropout.
Yep, I know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I thank you very much.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.